Hi everyone, thanks for joining today in this presentation. My name is Albert, I'm the product lead at Square Enix mobile publishing team that we're here in London. I will explain you a little bit later. And today, just a summary, what I wanted to talk to you about is first of all, introduce the new Square Enix publishing team mobile here in London, as well as the classical publisher-developer relationship, how this classical setup that I've seen can deal to issues or problematic issues if they're not set up properly, and how I think this could be managed or solved, and this is how we are trying to implement also at the new publishing team. Okay, so just a little introduction about me, very brief. Who am I? Basically, instead of going on to the left, which is about work, I'm a normal random person, animal lover. I have a few adopted dogs, and I also I have a dog rescue association. That's me. But in terms of work, I'm the lead product manager. I told you, Square Enix Mobile. My background is in finance, marketing. I also worked in business planning and strategy. I've been in the sector for more than 6 years in the free-to-play, okay? Always in management positions in live ops and product management and ad monetization. And on the past years, I've managed games with more than 50 million annual revenue, managing Dragon City and Monster Legends, being consistently in the top 50 grossing on Western markets, especially US, which was and it is for them still the main market, and even eventually placing the games in the top 10 in the US for certain dates. No? So that's a little bit about me. Regarding us, Square Enix West, okay, so we're here, we're based in London. Just so you know, Square Enix is divided between Japan and the West. West is everything that is not Japan, so Asia is included in West, so that you know. So we are here, we cover the rest of the world. In terms of the genres and subgenres that we're targeting, did analysis of the portfolio thanks to, we have tools like Game Refinery that is very, very useful, Sensor Tower and Apani. And the genres and subgenres we're focusing on is more on the casual and mid-core, okay? Not all of them, just a few. We are leaving hyper-casual away and hardcore away, okay? Just a little bit the organization structure, so you know I'm not going to go on detail, but we are very product-oriented. I'm the product guy there on the left, and we have set up a team, and we are continuing hiring and setting up a team that is, the main purpose is to be able to partner with the developers at all stages and in all senses, covering 360 degrees, okay? So be able to partner. I will talk about later about this partnership model a little bit more. So jumping a little bit more right now in what was the main topic, right, of the presentation is you will see, I wanted to put two slides together, but I couldn't, so I don't know how to do it. So I just put it the developer challenge and constraints, and then the next one you're going to see publisher concerns. You will see that both of them have different ideas, different issues or things that they think about and they worry. And this is if it's not set up properly between them, can lead to misunderstandings, lack of trust, and ultimately failures. Developer, basically funds. Okay, funds is the main cause why they're looking for publishers. That's the truth. It can be in many fields and many reasons. Maybe it's funds to scale. Maybe it's because they like experience in some of the key roles or some of the positions or going to the market. There are many reasons. I'm not going to enter, but just some of them. More typical UA, it's a classical one. Analytics sometime, and product management and live ops that I've seen in my experience and talking to many developers, many so far. They're lacking this field. No, it hasn't been that many developers that have been successful to run live ops in their games for a long run. While on the other side, the publisher is not thinking on that sense. No, he's more they want to get the investment, the money back, and see how the product grows, right? So it's and it's pretty much in the human behaviors. People are not in favor of risk. Humans are more adverse to risk. So as soon as they really want to see the data from the developer, and there's already a little bit of clash because sometimes developer already don't have this data yet, but they really think the game is great and it's gonna be amazing. So here's the first thing, while publisher really is no, really show me numbers. where the publisher wants to go is like go to market quickly and escalate, okay? And of course, some of the publishers, sorry, might have also like a big IPs. It's our case, but there are other ones. So it's like you also want to make sure that the brands and the IPs that you have is protected and is well used, right? And last but not least, to be honest, there are a lot of developers, okay? So also in terms of the publisher concerns, it's like selecting the right partners. Time is limited, resources are limited in all senses, humans and money. So you really need to pick up the ones that you really think they're gonna nail it. What I've seen so far, being in both sides, in the developer and the publisher side, and when I joined Square Enix, this impacted me somehow, is how the developers approach you, or when you approach developers, how there's already at the beginning kind of a lack of trust. Okay, so it's like apparently they had bad experience, not all the time, but some of the times. So basically the publisher is seen as a big brother, and it is somehow, it gives the money, and the developer just creates a game, but needs to respond to the publisher that are pretty pushy, and then this at the end is like, if the basics are not properly set, which is more about soft skills, not hard skills, this can lead then to it can hang off the cliff faster or slower, but it can, not always, but it can ultimately come to here, right? Like in terms of feature creep, like as I said before, right? The publisher wants to go fast to market, developer might want to invest more time refining features, working a little bit more, and there's always a middle ground. No, it's not one or the other. Need to be reasonable. But as I said, this trust is not properly set, and these like ways and the goals, ultimately the goals between the teams are not the same and aligned. Then when it happens, because mobile gaming is free to play, it's a complex market. Okay, it's not easy. Even great games fail. Then it goes, like when there are like scheduling issues, a classic. This is a classic for all of you that have been in development. Delays, it happens. But then when it goes to these and low KPIs, whatever, it starts already like, okay, it's kind of your fault. Or no, if I would do it like the way I want it, we shouldn't be getting to that point. So it's like, that's not great. That's not great, and that's how I also have felt talking to many developers that they had this in their mind. No, and I really don't think this has to be that way. I really believe in like everyone wearing the same T-shirt, and it's possible. It's feasible. It's not neither magic, neither something revolutionary, not at all. It's something very basic and very normal. It's like both of the teams working as one single team. The publisher is an extension of the developer, and vice versa. And only when both teams have the same goals aligned since the beginning, before starting to jump in any project, meeting the people, but in a personal way, not in a professional way, like really, who are you dealing with? Who are they? What do they like? How do they set? Which are the culture that they have in the company? Then is the only way when, if everyone is sharing the same goals, you can go and work and have a long-term commitment and success, right? I really think that's a way to like succeed in the product, and then a long-term is going to be potentially good KPIs, and when you have good product and the people are happy working in a company, usually this translates to the market, no matter business you are, and usually the market then appreciates that and the product that is built, and it goes back to the company. So it's like at the end it's a good circle, right? So how we're building and how I believe it, and that's also how we are starting to work. We're already working with a few developers and more that are coming in different projects, is like, for me, it's very important in all this model about trust and partnership, establishing relationship with no egos. That's a no-go, and I've seen it many times, especially in mobile free-to-play. In other industries, not that much, but in mobile and free-to-play, yes, and there are many gurus in the market, or self-called gurus. I don't believe in that, honestly. I'm sorry. I'm very like data-driven. I'm very like down-to-earth. I don't believe on that. I believe in teams that work together and really go for same goal. It's never one person. It's always a team. Okay, so it was never someone that magically had something. So this is key. Also, like in terms of like, if you really trust and set the same goals, you can give constructive feedback. So there's no I don't like the idea that it's like, okay, we do whatever you want because you are the publisher. No, that's not the idea. What we're going to do is what is the best for the game, what is the best for all of us, not because we say it. And the team that we're set up, for example, in our case, I'm talking about our case, but other companies can have the same model. It's just like we are very sure that the team that we're working and the team that we're hiring and we're having are set up in this mindset, okay? Only this, targeting common goals, maintain trust and transparency at all moments. If the news are not good, sorry, it's okay, it's fine, as far as we are aligned. It's not a matter of like, again, we're looking on the long run. We're not looking at doing just a short deal, because I also seen that also in terms of like developers that approach you, and the way they want to negotiate or they treat it is like, okay, I want to get as maximum as I can from you, because in the past they were already tricked by another publisher or whatever. That's not the goal, right? So we're always thinking on the long term. We're not working for one single project. The idea is to work with good developers on the long run and be able to build many, many, many games together, right? And as I said, the joint decision making in single sites. So we are together for the long run, no matter at which stage the developer is of their product. We might join, and as you saw on the organization structure, we have a big team that can support and all of this. And let's be realistic. Only when the game goes to war launch is when the real business starts. Everything before is like just preparations that I know they're hard, but it's just preparations. It's just when the game is war launched that everything starts, and where we have a pretty robust product team behind to support and make it scale and make it successful. Okay? Potential scenarios, this slide I wanted to add it, basically is what if. So yeah, it's a very happy, it might seem very happy flower, pink glasses world, but there shouldn't be situations where you get to the last point where you were not aligned between the publisher and the developer. Like really, if what I said before is properly done, and it's hard, it's easy to say and to write and do it, but if it's properly done, it shouldn't get to scenarios where it's like, okay, I really want to go that way and the other want to go that way. Okay, that's why I said that. It shouldn't get to that point. So that's it. Just as a recap, it's very important. That's the most important of everything. Having shared incentives, okay, establishing the goals together, not from one side and from the other, together. Only that way is going to lead to a close collaboration and at the end a strong partnership that will get on long-term success. Okay, it's very important. What I said about the objectives is key because it not only applies to this model. It applies to any product management model in any tech business, always having the objectives very clear so all the company at all levels understands where they're looking and what they're working for and agree with this and they work to a common goal. So yeah, that's it. You can find us on LinkedIn, Andy, our biz dev manager, who's here, and myself. You can find us on LinkedIn or our booth, but our booth is not sure, but at least you can have a nice coffee from Barista that is there. Everyone is there on the coffee. So yeah, that's it. So thank you very much. If you have questions, please feel free to jump.
Fantastic. Albert, thank you very much. It's good to see how you want to be kind of in the same boat with developers. It's nice when both oars are actually working in the same direction. Any questions for Albert? Albert or Square Enix? Fair enough. He will be. You have a booth here, don't you?
It's just here. It's the one that has everyone making the line for the coffee. So.
Perfect. All right. After you let this digest, you've got some more questions. He'll be available, or one of his teammates will be available for questions. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for sponsoring. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.